Thank you. Thank you very much. I didn't need too much of an excuse to come back here. I was saying I need to get up to the North Country. This is such a magnificently beautiful place, and what better place to come than during Climate Week? And to all the local officials who are recognized and my partners in economic development, like Jim Roost and our mayor, thank you for caring enough about this community to be involved in projects like these and so many others that let people know that this is a place that truly matters and it's worth fighting for and worth protecting. So when I make great announcements on Climate Week in other parts of the state, it all ties into the larger narrative of what we can do in government during this time we are in our positions, however long God gives us the opportunity to serve, to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to ensure the stability of our communities today, but also their longevity into the future for our children and grandchildren. And I'm talking about how we're protecting our environment. I just came in over the most beautiful mountains in this nation. Saw waterways, lakes, streams. It's stunningly beautiful. And for a second I had this image of what if this was California today? What if we were losing the beautiful trees and the wildlife and had our homes jeopardized? And we all know what's happening in California is because of the ravages of climate change. The earth heating up too fast because of man's assault on Mother Nature for decades and decades. And that has to stop right now. That is the sense of urgency that I bring to causes like fighting for our environment and having smart policies, and people like our great Commissioner of DEC, Basil Sagos. He is truly a visionary. And other states are recognizing what we're doing here in the state of New York as models on how we can deliver clean energy at the same time we're protecting our environment and doing everything we can as stewards of this wonderful place. So something like a $15.6 million water infrastructure construction project may not sound real exciting to some people, but I spent 14 years as a local government official. I find this really exciting. I would have loved the opportunity to partner with our state government those many years when I was seeking help to help fund projects that would deal with some of the basics, making sure we have clean water, clean workable sewer systems for wastewater, et cetera, but also to tie in the basic infrastructure needs and find an innovative way to address an environmental hazard of contaminated water running into this beautiful lake. So we've stopped that with this project right here, and people are going to just always think this is an ordinary parking lot. But you who came out here today and have been involved in this know that this is part of our future on how we have to do things smarter to make sure we protect our environment. So this includes repairs and replacement of over 2,000 feet of sanitary sewer and water supply lines. It includes innovation technology and practice like porous sidewalks, which I'm going to admit are kind of hard to walk on in heels. So next time I'm not going to wear heels when I come to this parking lot. But it's going to capture the stormwater runoff that currently now flows into the lake. So thank you. And we're we're almost through with this. It'll be completed in 2022, ahead of the big 2023 World University Games when we welcome the world here. And I'm really excited about that. So just to conclude, I also wanted to check on how our downtowns are doing as we're emerging from the dark slumber of COVID. And I did pop up here. You didn't notice me. I had my baseball hat on, and I was sitting in a couple of, well, I'll call them restaurants, some of the pubs, some of the breweries, because I do sneak in here periodically. And I was really excited to see the vitality even during the pandemic. It was actually quite astounding that people from other states and even our own state discovered what all of you as locals have cherished for a long time, that this is a one-of-a-kind lifestyle, the fresh air, the experience of living in the charm of a downtown, but Mother Nature's finest just over the horizon here, just minutes away. So it was discovered. I think that was good for the local hotels. Are the hotels doing okay, Mayor? Okay, hotels are good. The restaurants and all the little businesses that I was really worried about that they would struggle. We have to continue to support them. I literally got my start in local government by helping small businesses like my mother's, a little flower shop in a community just about this size. And I know there's always threats and anxieties and worry about competition and people going elsewhere, and what about the tourists that we need to keep this economy going. And it's always about balance. This is what we talk about when I'm up here. It's about the balance of preserving what Mother Nature has given us, but also making sure we have vibrant downtowns for the people to live here. I'm going to continue fighting to protect that balance. I understand how important it is. You're going to find in me a partner who doesn't just sit there signing legislation in Albany. I'm going to be out here, continue to be on the ground, because I learn the most from listening to people like you. And that's the kind of government I'm going to have. A hallmark of my administration. We're doing a lot more listening than talking and dictating. So hopefully you're going to feel that. You'll know that I'm going to support you 1,000%, because I need you to survive and thrive. This community has to do that, because this is part of the story I'm telling across the globe, that New York is back. And it starts in magnificent communities like Lake Placid. Thank you very much. And with that, let's hear from our mayor, Art Devlin.
Thank you. On behalf of Lake Placid, let me also officially welcome you to Lake Placid. I wish I could take credit for the day today. This is a 10. You don't get any better than this in September. Let me also thank you for what's going on Main Street and all the Olympic sites. It seems to me like the Olympics were yesterday. I guess that's dating myself, but they really had gotten tired, as people said, and they were getting run down. And they were 43 years ago that they were put in place. And we were losing a lot of our Olympic athletes because we didn't comply with the new standards. Due to the money that the governor and the state have put into Lake Placid, we're back to being #1 sports capital of the world. And thank you very much for that. We talked about Main Street. There's never a good time, as you know, to tear up Main Street. Just ask the merchants. But if there ever was a good time, this was it. Due to the support and the backing of the state, the fact that our water line was 110 years old, the pollution of the lake, it really had to be done. We didn't know how bad it was till we started digging it up and getting in there. We didn't even know where shutoffs are. We didn't know anything. But now everything is GIS mapped. If you want to know where anything is, it's put in, and 2 minutes later it appears on a GIS mapping system that you can track it. So this is really state of the art at this point. I've been around to the Olympic venues. It's unbelievable what they're doing. There's more to be done, and I'm sure if they continue with what they've been doing, such as the sliding tracks at Van Hovenberg, it's all going to be fantastic. I also, in my heart, feel that the pandemic is going to be behind us before long, and I really think the economy is going to pop, especially Lake Placid, and especially due to our Main Street being a showpiece and all the Olympic venues that are being renovated, and that wouldn't be possible without you. So no one likes a politician that talks forever, so I'll just thank you once again for coming to Lake Placid and all the support you've given us.
Thank you, everyone. We'll wrap up by showing a little demonstration of how this operation works. So let's, Basil, why don't you describe what's going to happen with these buckets?
Okay. So we have 2 buckets full of water here, courtesy of the Environmental Facilities Corporation. And I mentioned earlier